Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Rockabessa, Hitchin Hearts UK, in association with Bloodfire Studios and AJLR Media, welcome to the Big Debate Show. I'm your host, The Judge, and each and every Monday from the hour of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., you, the viewers, will be able to have a debate with me. Now, before I go on any further, I must introduce to you, if it's your first time on the show, once again to Nikki. How are you, Nikki?
I'm all right, thank you.
You're fine?
I'm fine.
You're up for tonight's show?
Oh, definitely.
It's going to be a funny one, my viewers. Let me say this to you straight away. Make sure the kids are in bed. Make sure all the kids are sleeping at this time, because this topic is not for their ears. Because on tonight's show, we will be debating, my viewers, does size matter? I ain't talking about shoe size, yeah? I'm not talking about the size, this kind of size. The size I'm talking about is the male size, the one that is in the brief, the boxer shorts. You know the one I'm talking about. So tonight's show is one of those shows that I think I want to see if the viewers out there are brave enough. If there's anyone out there brave enough to get involved in tonight's show, I'm going to tell you exactly how to get involved in a moment. But we're going to start off this hot debate, Nikki. Yeah? I'm laughing already, you know. I'm kind of blushing because I think to myself, does size really matter? Now, let me say this, yeah? I'm kind of sick and tired of all the men out there bragging and boasting. Throughout my lifetime, they're telling me about what kind of size they got, and, you know, women, all they want is a man with size. And I say to myself, who are you trying to kid? Who are you trying to kid? Yeah? I don't personally think it's just about your manhood. And with that, I'm going to go to Nikki, because this debate is going to be a hot one tonight, Nikki. And the reason is, does size really matter? Take your time. Don't rush. Take your time tonight. Yeah? It's one of those topics tonight. Take your time.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, as a woman.
As a woman, size does matter. I mean, one size don't fit all. So, it's not like you go to a shop. Right, for example, right, you go to a shop and you've got a size 6 foot. Mm-hmm. You don't want to try your foot into a size 9 because it's going to be
too big. It's going to be too big.
So it's not going to fit right, is it? I suppose it's the same with the bloke, isn't it? I mean, if you've got a little one, it'd be like an organ in a cathedral. It's not going to... The woman ain't going to feel nothing, and it's just going to be fresh air. So yes, size does matter. I think there's a perfect fit for everyone.
You see, this
if you get what I mean.
This is where I want to say what's on my mind.
Go ahead. I like to hear.
Because straight away, you're saying about if it's too small, yeah, you can't feel.
No, but there's some women who've got little, you know, they haven't got a cathedral, they've got like a little church, which that organ will fit perfectly. I'm just saying, it won't fit all.
Size. My viewers, I'm going to go straight on with my viewers right now, and I'm going to look you right in the camera, and I'm going to say to all the women and all the men out there who've tuned in on tonight's show, if you have something to say on tonight's topic, do not hesitate. Don't even blink. The number to call is 07818 361 551. If you've got something to say on tonight's topic, does size matter? The number to call is 07818 361551. Does size matter? Let me tell you something, Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not an expert, but I tell you something. What I don't like is men bragging.
You know what?
And this is why I want my viewers, the ladies out there who have tuned in, if you have to change your name tonight to call into the show. Because I want to hear from the ladies out there tonight. Yeah? I don't personally think it's just about the size.
No, because, I mean, we've gone on about little ones, but big ones, that's going to hurt. So, no, you need, no, average. Average is good. I don't want to know about big or it's little or it's, average is good.
Average is good.
Yeah, and, yeah.
Oh my word! It's getting hot in this. It's getting hot in this studio tonight.
And that's what most women want. They want something that's average.
What
good
do you
size.
mean, most women? How do you know?
Listen, I'm female. I've got a lot of female friends. We talk.
What you talk about? What you talk about, Nikki?
All sorts about holidays and everything.
No, we're not talking about holidays tonight.
But
does
also,
size matter?
Yes, it does. Don't want nothing too big. Don't want nothing too little. One in between. It's like three bears, isn't it?
It's like the three bears.
Yeah.
So you don't want it cold. You don't want it too hot.
No,
you just want it warm.
Just right.
07818 361551. If you don't want to speak to the judge tonight, don't worry. Don't be nervous. You can send me a text. We're going to be reading out texts as soon as they come in. We're going to be reading out some texts. If not, you can Facebook or Twitter The Big Debate Show. Does size matter?
But, I mean, men must think the same thing as well. They don't want any cathedral or a little church. They want something just right in it to fit them.
Whoa. We're not hold on.
No, you said does size matter?
Does size matter?
But I think we've got to listen. We've got to get both sides of the story.
Both sides of the stories?
I think so.
My viewers, the men out there, all the men out there, if you want to text in, because I'm sure there's got to be a man out there who's willing to tell me his side of the story.
I'm sure that we've got like a breeze around it.
Hold on, what do you mean a breeze?
Well,
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about
breeze.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Well,
someone hasn't done their pelvic floor muscles. Exercises.
Let me tell you this. Yeah. And I'm not gonna sweat tonight. I'm not gonna sweat tonight. But the reason why I say does size matter, because I want this to end tonight. I want to get down to the nitty gritty. I want to get down to the truth for this. I want to know what is really happening out there, and I want my viewers, I want the people that have tuned in tonight to tell me the truth. Does size really matter? You know, you get some guys out there. I remember when I was growing up, you know, and you, without going into any big details, you're in the shower with the men, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you're playing football, men shower, all in the same room, yeah? So we're all having a shower, and men are bragging, men are boasting about the size, yeah?
And you know what? Them ones are the ones who can't perform. They've got to make up for something, don't they? We've got a big one, but can't do nothing with it.
You know what?
And then this little Pinky in the corner who can do everything.
Pinky, this is why I love doing this debate show. I love it because, as you can see, every week is different. Not one week's going to be the same. And tonight, it might shock you, but we're talking about the manhood. Does size really matter? And, you know, as you say, you get men that brag. They might boast and they cannot perform in the bed.
They're the ones you don't listen to, really.
But you know what, Nikki? You know why I do this show? Because I'm a sensitive kind of man. Okay? I am very sensitive. And I know for a fact that on the show, if I can't speak from my heart, I might as well pack up and leave. Because I know there's a lot of men out there, Nikki, that gonna listen to what you're saying. They're not gonna be happy.
I I'm only telling you as it is.
They're not going to be happy, Nikki.
Why? Why? Because I'm telling you how it is. And
There might be a lot of men that have tuned in tonight, hoping that once on the big debate show, you're going to side with the ones that might not have the size.
But I have. Average. Women don't want the big ones. They don't want it. I know you men think, oh, big is great. Women don't want it.
Women don't want it.
No, they want the average.
The
women, average, nice fit, don't hurt, can feel it.
Oh my word. You know what? It's a good thing you can't see me blush tonight. It's a good thing you can't see me go red tonight. Because tonight is a hot topic. And the judge is feeling a little bit hot right now, but the show must go on. If you've just tuned in to the big debate show, we are debating and discussing, does size matter? Does it really matter? What about the feelings? You know, he might have a little one, a little fish. He might have a little one. But because you have feelings for that person, the little one doesn't seem that little no more. 07818.
It does mean you can't feel it.
361551. Nikki, let me tell you something. I was nervous tonight.
Why?
Because something said to me, Judge, you really want to talk about this? Is this the one you really want to talk about tonight? But I said, I wouldn't be the judge if I can't really talk about what people don't really want to talk about. You know, they might say it behind closed doors. But I said to myself, you know what? What's the point doing the big debate show if I can't really talk about things that people are a bit scared to talk about? They don't want to talk about that. It's too private. You know, they get a bit nervous. But that's not what the show's about. But Nikki, come on.
Yeah.
You're a woman.
I am.
And you're trying to tell me on the big debate show, if you find a nice man, a good man, a cute man, a kind man, one who's sharing and caring, one who takes you out, makes sure you spends money on you, takes you to lovely restaurants, any drink you want. I know you like to drink JD. Any drink you like. And when it comes to the bedroom, his swordfish is not as, it's a little one. Are you trying to tell me you're the type of woman to throw that man to one side?
I knew that person was too good to be true. There had to be something, and it was that, wasn't it?
You wouldn't give him a chance, Nikki? You wouldn't give this man a chance? You wouldn't think to yourself,
well, yeah,
you know what? This man is kind. This man is warm. This man is generous. He's thoughtful.
But you know what? That one might be a right size for me.
You just said to me, I'm saying to you, you just said big is too big, small is too small. I'm telling you right now on the big debate show, if you found a man that really? His tackle was very small, but in every other department, he fits the puzzle. Everything is nice.
Well, he's not fitting the puzzle, is it? Because that bit of the puzzle is not.
Wouldn't
that's
you?
The missing part.
Wouldn't you try to just imagine? Wouldn't you try to think?
Oh, that's what.
You know
imagine
what?
Someone else?
No, not imagine, but think. Okay, I can work with this.
As long as he can work with it. I mean, a lot. Yeah, no.
Come on, Nikki. You can't start something and stop it. This is the big debate show.
You do find that those with little ones often make more of an effort and are better than those with the big ones because they think, well, I've got it all. Just wham, bam, there you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're lucky you got a big really.
My viewers, this is the judge for the big debate show. We are talking about, does size matter? Does it really matter?
I'm sure it matters for men.
I know there's viewers are tuning in and they're laughing away and giggling away. Who is brave enough to speak to the judge direct tonight. Who is willing to send the judge a text? The number to call or the number to text is 07818 361 551. I'll say it again. 07818 361 551. Does size matter?
Does it matter for blokes? I mean, with regards to the women.
Let me tell you something, Nikki.
I mean,
let me tell you this.
they must discuss that.
I will say this, and I will say it live on the show.
Okay.
I think if you have feelings for somebody, I don't think size is the be all and the end all. I think there's more to a relationship than the tackle.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the tackle. I'm talking about female bits. I'm sure men have issues with women's bits as well.
Men, are you listening? Is there any men out there?
I mean, because if they've got a big cathedral, I'm sure they need to feel something, don't they?
I tell you something, I don't know. And I honestly feel that when you're getting down to it, you're not going to stop and say, hey, hold on a minute.
It's just flapping in the breeze. You must, honestly.
Oh my word. 07818 361 551. Flapping in the breeze? I don't know about that.
Or if it's tight, you're like, oh, I can't even get anywhere.
Nikki, I tell you something.
Don't you want one that's just right?
I am wondering tonight about you because...
Well, the thing is, it's the same for blokes, surely.
If there's any men out there who are tuning in, who's watching the big debate show, if there's any brave men out there, if there's somebody out there who wishes to call in or to text in, don't hesitate. The number to call is 07818 361 551. It's nearly 20 minutes of the show, and I tell you something, time is going really quick. Time is going really quick. Does size matter? Listen.
I want to know, but does it though? I mean, I told you about women, but I'm just curious about...
I am not an expert
no, but
on...
Did you do a bit of research on that? Ask a few people. How you like your research?
You like that, huh? Yeah. Did I do a little research?
Yeah. Or did you just do it on...
I've done it on past experiences. Men bragging. Men boasting. Yeah?
But surely...
And I tell you something. Let me tell you something. I will tell this to all the men out there who have a small tackle. It ain't nice when you're in the midst of a man who is bragging, who is boasting, saying, look what I've got. Look what I've got. And you cannot defend what you've got. It's not a nice thing.
Oh, but it's all about the work.
It is not a nice thing. And I'm going to defend all the men out there who haven't got the size. I'm going to defend all the men out there who put other things in the relationship. Feelings. Because he might not have the size, okay, let me add a few more things to the relationship because the size ain't up to scratch. But I don't know if women would tell a man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, Nikki. I don't know if women...
It depends what they're like.
Would tell a man.
If they're quite open...
Do you know...
I would.
Nikki?
But I'm quite open like that.
Let me tell you something.
It
wouldn't surprise me, but do you understand if you said that to a man about his tackle?
Well, you know what? I'll only say
it would hurt him, Nikki.
Do you know what? I'll only say that if they've done something really, really bad.
But I'm saying, if you met a man...
Oh, no, he was really nice. No,
who is really nice.
No, I wouldn't.
And he's trying his hardest.
I wouldn't say nothing.
He's trying his best.
I wouldn't have to say anything. My face would say, oh, really?
Your face would say, oh?
I'd be like, Yeah.
No.
I can't help
Hold
it.
on. Oh my word.
Oh, you know, I can't
There
help-
must be some men watching the show right now, shaking their heads.
Yeah.
And there must be women watching the show, shaking their heads. What is the judge talking about? Can you believe what he's talking about tonight? Does size matter? I mean, there's this myth. I remember growing up, and I'm glad that I've got you on the show because I'm not an expert on that,
On what?
on size.
You think I am?
No,
How far do you think I've been about?
When I mean an expert, Nikki, I
I'm
mean
no expert, you know.
I like females. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not an expert on size. So I am so glad. Yeah. I am so glad that I've got you on the show because
Okay.
I can get the female side of it.
Yeah.
And that is very important for me, the judge, to get the female side. And it didn't surprise me, but I thought you would be a bit more kinder.
Oh, that stage I long past. I long past that stage of being, but I am kind though. It depends on the individual. If they're a really nice person, obviously no, I'll be really nice. But if they're not, well, no, they're gonna get it.
When you mean they're gonna get it,
I'm gonna tell them
enhance
straight.
that.
I'm gonna tell them straight.
What, there
about-
and then? When you're,
Yeah. I'll
when
be
you're
like,
doing it?
Is that it?
oh my
Can't
word.
feel it. Are you there yet? Depends on the individual.
Oh, baby.
It depends, but it depends. It depends.
Are you there yet?
Mind you, saying that,
Mm.
if they're horrible anyway, I wouldn't even get to that stage.
I've just heard you say some words that it would make men tremble. It would make men tremble, Nikki. Are you there yet? What's the other one you said? What's the other one? I can't believe you would put a man. Do you know that there's men out there? I read the papers. And every time I read the problem pages, and some weeks you get a man that he doesn't feel like he's satisfying his wife.
Well, do something
He
about
doesn't
it.
feel like he's satisfying his woman or his girlfriend. And satisfaction, in my eyes, is very important, Nikki. And for a man to go and write his problem,
Oh, do you know what?
that means it's very serious.
I'm getting the filings out now. But what about the female? She can't feel a thing. She ain't getting satisfied.
She must feel something. It's sensitive down there. It's sensitive
Right,
down
if
there.
it's little, you ain't feeling anything.
07818 361 551.
Women have feelings too, you know.
If you've just tuned in, this is the judge for the Big Debate Show. We are talking and debating, does size matter? 25 minutes have passed now. Does size really matter?
But the thing is, there are women out there for the smaller men.
Bro, you might know a little bit more than me, Nikki.
They're called virgins.
They're called virgins for the little ones.
Yeah.
And once
They don't know better.
and once they're not a virgin, then what happens, Nikki?
It's average then.
It's got to be average.
Yeah.
Now, when you're talking average, this is the next side of the debate. When you're talking average, I mean, I'm not very good.
Do you want me
Hold
to
on.
get a ruler out?
Hold on. I'm not very good on maths. I was not good on
You want
maths.
me to sit here and go, well,
What do you mean average? What
Average.
kind of size? When you mean inches, what do you mean, Nikki? What's the average size? What's a...
But I don't know about inches and that, but what? No, that's big.
That's big.
That's big.
Tell me when. tell me.
You going there for real?
No, tell me when. Tell me
No,
when to
that's
stop.
huge.
That's huge.
No, you can't be doing that. I mean,
can't be
that's
doing that.
halfway down your leg.
That's too big.
That's a third leg.
Tell me when to stop. Are we getting there?
No, that's it.
This
And no pencil either.
is an average
Yeah,
size
can't be no pencil.
according to Nikki. That's the average size that will please, would you say most women? Hold on, why you push it out a bit more?
Because it just looks...
Why you push? Is that about the size? You're saying about
I
that?
don't know, it's been a while.
So, my viewers, you might be laughing right now. I'm going to put my hands down in a minute. But this is what I can't understand. Yeah? Nikki's saying this is about the average size. This will please.
No, I think I'm just hoping there.
This will.
That's about average.
How small do you want it?
I don't want small. But
about
I mean,
there.
that's small.
That's small.
That's small. That's like, couldn't even do a polo mint with that.
You can't do nothing with that. So you're saying about that size?
Oh, I can't see the angle.
Is it about that size, Nikki? Is that a good size for you?
I'm not.
07818 361 551 is the judge for the big debate show with Nikki. We're live at the Rockabessa. Such a beautiful club. You should come down every Monday from 8 o'clock. Come down and have a drink with me, the judge, and we can discuss and debate. Tonight's show, oh my word. I was driving here tonight and I was thinking, what am I talking about? Why don't I talk about something else? But I wouldn't be the judge if I was talking about something else. I've got to talk about things that people don't really want to talk about.
I want to know how blokes feel about women.
You want to know, is there any guys out there who got the guts to phone in tonight's show?
Do they chat up a woman and then they find out she's got 5 kids, go, oh no, it's going to be a bit airy in there and let's forget about that one?
I don't know.
Or they'd rather go for the first one, oh, it's going to be tight down there.
I really can't.
Does that go in a man's head?
Well,
I mean, if they've got 5 kids, are they thinking, oh, they've got loads of kids? Or are they thinking,
I don't think it's about the kids, Nikki.
Fuck it.
I don't care. I don't think if a woman's got 3, 4, 5, that doesn't. I'm not an expert, but I would say to myself that tonight's show is about the men's size, Nikki. So I'm going back on the men's size. Okay? 07818 361 551 is the judge for the big debate show. Does size matter? Nikki, you've showed me something tonight. You showed me. That's why I've got you on the show. You showed me what you think most women would enjoy. They can't see that, but yeah? And I will say to you, Nikki, you're so wrong.
Why?
You are so wrong.
Why? Because I don't want it like that and I don't want it like that.
No, what's like that? Where are you getting there from? There's nothing.
Steroids.
No.
Steroids does that to you.
Come on, I'm thinking to
Don't
myself,
be fooled by the big
feelings, sharing, caring, someone to take you out, someone to treat you good. If there is other things a man can do, I think a woman would say, okay, he might not be up to scratch, but he's kind. He treats me good. Women out there, I'm talking to you. Do you agree with the judge? Do you agree that it's not about the size? It's about how a man treats you. Are you the type of woman to say, no way, no.
But I can't
If a
discuss-
man hasn't got the size?
It's not the size, it's what you do with it as well.
What do you mean what you do with it?
Because some men ain't got a clue what to do.
Some men ain't got a clue?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some men haven't got a clue what to do with it.
So it's not...
They think, oh, they've got a big one, that'll make up for everything. No. Or it's just one, up, down, done.
30 minutes have gone. We have 30 minutes left on the big debate show. Does size really matter? Does it really matter?
And then you might get one who's got a big one and you can't even get up with it. It just
What do you mean?
flops.
See, this is why I had to have an expert on tonight's show. Because I had to have an expert because I'm learning as we go on. I'm learning as we go on.
What are you learning? And, what are you saying? I'm not no expert.
Well, I'm not an expert on that. Yeah? I like females.
I'm just saying what I've heard. I haven't, but if it...
But, so you're saying if it's too big now, I can't understand this. You're saying if it's too big...
Oh, I can't do nothing with it.
It wobble.
No, but if they've got other things going on... Flop.
So, it's not about the size then, Nikki?
But I don't know, it is. Because you don't want it too big, because it'll hurt. You don't want it too little, because you can't feel it. You want it just right.
What if you can't feel it, but you've got feelings for the guy, Nikki?
Oh, you stuffed, didn't you, really? Stuffed.
Can't you help him out? Can't you guide him?
What? Guide him? It's not a case of they can't find it. It's a case of it's not big enough to do anything. I am sure
there's women out there.
How can you make it? You can't help him.
I am absolutely sure there's women out there who've tuned into the Big Debate Show and are wondering, I want to phone in. I want to send a text. Don't hesitate. 07818 361 551. Does size matter? If not, use the Facebook or the Twitter. The Big Debate Show. We are live at the Rockabessa and we've got just under half an hour left on the show. Tonight's topic, does size matter? Nikki?
Yeah.
You know why I brought this one up tonight?
I want to know why.
You know why I brought this one up?
Why?
Because I am absolutely sick and tired of all those men out there. Yeah? And this is another thing I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you might not like me for saying this. Black men. Yeah?
Oh,
what's this thing about...
That's a myth. That is a myth.
What is this thing about black men,
That's a myth.
Nikki? Black men, they have the big size, and the white men, they have the little size.
No.
And I want to clear things up tonight so we can sweep this one under the carpet. Yeah? Because when I keep hearing, yeah, and I tell you something.
It's one of them ones you need a magnifying glass for.
This is why I have friends of many colours. Yeah? Because this myth...
You checked them all out then?
No, I have friends of many colours, so I can talk to as much men as I can. And I tell you something, Nikki, these black men out there, yeah? I'm talking to the black men right now. They saying how black men have the big size and the white men have the little size.
I don't know about that.
And I don't think, I haven't lined up the white men and I haven't lined up the black men with my measuring tape. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Yeah? Because this myth about black men, elephant, white men, mouse. What do you think, Nikki?
It is a myth.
It is a myth.
It's definitely a myth. Not all are big.
So it's a myth that
they're all shapes and sizes.
So would you say it's a myth about this black thing?
Yeah.
You know?
It is. It's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Once you have black, you never go back.
It's not true.
It is not true.
It's not true.
It can't be true.
It's not true.
So there's a lot of white men that have
believed the black men, and it's not true. So don't worry. They're telling you lies. They're all different shapes and sizes.
This is why we're going to sweep all the myths under the carpet tonight. This is why we're going to get to the bottom of this, my viewers. This is why I brought this up tonight, because after tonight, I don't want to hear another thing about this. Yeah? I don't want to hear another word, because I need to know what the truth is. And this is why I've got you on the show, Nikki.
I don't know about white men, though. So I can't read. But
okay. You don't know about white men.
No, so I can't say.
But I'm sure you have friends that
probably...
have white husbands and white boyfriends. I'm sure you have one and two.
Yeah, but it's their husbands and their boyfriends, so they don't speak.
They don't speak.
That.
But you wouldn't say it's got nothing to do with colour.
No, it's got nothing to do.
So why on earth?
I don't know.
Do they bring up this myth about black men
hung? I ain't got a clue where they get that from.
07818.
Should check the black men with the steroids.
361551. My viewers, does size matter? Does it matter to you? Is it important? I don't think it is, my viewers. I don't think it is important. I think that if you care for someone and you feel for that person and you're in love with that person, you're not in love because of the whale. You're in love because of the feelings, Nikki. And what I'm getting about you tonight is size does matter.
Yeah.
And you know what? It'd be nice to hear from another female tonight because
but not in the case
I just don't think all women think like you.
No,
I don't think all women have your mindset on this topic tonight, Nikki.
No.
You know,
and
I just it's not very. I don't know. I just think that if the feelings and you're a kind man. There's a lot of men out there, Nikki.
Yeah.
You know, they might be tuning in. You know, you're making them feel sad tonight.
Don't feel sad because we're not together. If you're happy with someone, well, don't be sad.
What I'm saying is...
Why should they be sad? They've probably got someone who's very happy, so why should they be worried or bothered or sad?
Every man in the mirror.
But why?
Every man will go into the bathroom and he will know within himself...
That's probably why they're not calling in. They're probably going to the bathroom measuring up.
Maybe that's why they're not calling in tonight. And... you know, every man will go into the bathroom, and I absolutely feel...
Is that what men do, though? Do they really go in there and look and go,
I don't think
there's a man... bigger that way, or like selfie?
I don't...
better that way. Really? Are you really that...
I don't think there's a man alive who hasn't looked in the mirror at his tackle and think to himself... you know what? We have our first caller on tonight's show. Welcome to the Big Debate Show. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
It's Kenzie.
Hello, Kenzie. Now, you must have been listening to tonight's debate. And do you know what? You are the first caller. And before you say a word, I'm going to salute you. I know you can't see me, but I'm going to take my hat off to you. You are the first caller. And I tell you this, if you come down to the Rockabessa next week, I'm going to buy you a drink because you're the first brave caller. Now, what would you like to say on tonight's topic, Kens?
Well, I'd like to say, hi to both of you guys to start off with them. But I think as far as the size matter, I think it does to a degree. It's going to make a difference, do you know what I mean? But I can face myself and not have any complaints in those areas. What I would say is it's also about what you know, what you do with it and how you know what to do with it and stuff, do you know what I mean? So, because it's like, not everyone knows how to arouse a woman. Mm-hmm. And you have to think about these things, and there's a bit of an art to it.
Bit of an art.
I think, say, once you put all those things together, and you've been around a woman for long enough, and understand that woman, and what makes her tick and what arouses her, that's going to be the thing that makes all the difference.
Can I ask you a question, Kens?
Yeah?
Do you know what makes a woman tick?
Yeah, I would say I know what makes my woman tick.
Love that answer. So and I salute you for that. You know, a lot of men would be very nervous coming on tonight's show, and you know, to hear you saying there's an art form, there's techniques. So are you saying that size does matter?
Yeah, I'm saying it does, but it's part and parcel of, you know, what you do and how you do what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Obviously,
yes.
if you're too small and stuff, do you know what I mean? Things are going to be a bit difficult down there and stuff, do you know what I mean? But at the same time,
yes,
you know, if you make proper use of what you've got, that can make all the difference.
Guys, I am having fun tonight.
Can I just ask a question?
Nikki wants to ask you a question. Yes, Nikki?
Oh, okay.
Because Judge isn't answering me. Does size matter to men when it comes to the female?
Ken? Go on.
Well,
I mean, like cathedral is not good, is it? Flapping about in the breeze, or do they prefer it tight, or like virgin? Does it, you know?
Well, it's kind of tough.
Why is it tough? What's so tough about?
Well, you're asking
No,
Kenzie something kind of personal there, and that's
don't
why
know
he's
who he is.
hesitating,
We don't know
and
what
that's
he
why
looks like. We
the
don't know who he
phone.
is.
That's why the phone line has gone a bit quiet, because you're asking a bit too much, Nikki.
You're asking about the manhood.
Ken?
Why can't I ask about the
You
football
don't-
bit?
suppose,
Go on,
I suppose
Ken.
what I'd say is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is, at the end of the day, I suppose what you're looking for is for a good fit. Do you know what I mean?
A good fit.
Yeah. So no
a good
cathedral.
fit. You could say kind of like a friction fit. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's
So
got to.
no cathedral, no St Paul's Cathedral going on.
Kenzie,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop you right there because it's getting very hot in the studio, and I want to see if there's any more callers. But I appreciate you for calling in, and please, if you ever come down to the Rockabessa, the drinks are on me.
I certainly will be there. Don't you worry.
Thank you very much, Kenzie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because you just
That was
going off it.
Kenzie. And what I like is, at last we have someone brave enough, someone who is willing to phone in the Big Debate Show. 07818 361 551. Nikki,
Yes, Judge.
did you hear what he
I
said?
did. At least he answered me. I'm still waiting for your answer.
But if he said the tackle was small,
Yeah,
he did say size matters,
it
but
does.
this is the key part, Nikki. It's what you can do with it. What you can do with it, Nikki.
I mean, you've got to do a lot of manoeuvring about. Just feel it. That's a technique.
I'm not a, as I said, and I say it again, and I will always say it, I am not an expert. But what I do understand is women are very sensitive down there. So if a woman is sensitive down there, I honestly think that if the tackle is not up to size, I'm sure, being it so sensitive, he can still hit a few spots.
You think so?
07818
no.
361
It ain't happening.
551.
Trust me, it's not happening.
Well, why not?
Because it can't hit the few spots. If it's...
Somebody said to me,
Yeah.
and I don't want to go too deep into this tonight. Someone said to me that it's not how the size is. Because someone says, it's all at the front. So why do you need the size? Why do men need size?
Because you've
It's
got to
all at the front, Nikki. So if you have a small tackle, I'm sure you can still wiggle, and
You'd be like a
things
little
will...
worm. Worms don't do nothing.
Worms don't do nothing.
You need a snake.
You need a snake. I honestly, what do you mean, a cobra? Nikki, I'm going to defend the men with small tackles tonight. I'm going to defend the men with small tackles tonight.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Even
Sure,
if
you're
it
gonna end up
costs
with
me
one.
my job tonight. I'm going to defend the men with small tackles because I
Yeah, but you
think...
don't have to put up with it.
What do you mean?
So-
Well, of course I don't have to put out.
So why?
I'm not going to I mean, listen, we have another caller on the line. Welcome to the Big Debate Show. What's your name?
Hello, it's Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. What would you like to say on tonight's topic?
Okay, I think the answer to your question is both yes and no.
Why yes and no?
Because I think it depends on the individual. So there are some people who would think that size would matter because that's a big part as part of their relationship.
Okay.
But there'll be other people where the sexual act is not as big as intimacy.
Right.
So in that respect, size doesn't matter to them.
Can I ask you a personal question? As you phoned
It depends
in?
what it is.
Well, I'm going to ask you, in your eyes, does size matter? Because you phoned in the show, and I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy.
Okay, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
No.
You see?
No, I don't think it does.
Thank you. Can I just say this? I am so happy that you phoned in the show because it proves at last all I've been getting from Nikki all night, Lisa, is size.
No,
And at last, I
No.
have a woman who is willing to phone in and say it's not just about the size. Lisa,
Yeah,
are you in a relationship?
I am.
Are you happy in the relationship?
Sometimes.
Okay, sometimes. Well, I appreciate you phoning in the show because you are the first woman to have the guts to phone into the show. And thank you very much to taking time out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye-bye. That was
But
Lisa.
you can't say I'm going on about size. That's the topic.
Yes.
All I'm saying is...
You're saying
little,
size matters.
It does.
And I'm
But
saying size doesn't matter.
What also I said right at the beginning was one size does not fit all. So a small one might fit a woman who's small. She might be very happy with it and feel everything. Then you might... Women with normal average size are happy with that. But cathedral women, they can deal with the big
This
ones.
is, let me, we
Pass them to the big ones.
pass them to the big ones
Yeah.
without going to any, I don't want to go too deep and too hot tonight, but babies, I don't care what size, all you men out there, you braggers, yeah, I don't care what size you have, you're not as big as a baby. You're never going to be as big as a baby.
What are you getting at?
I'm saying a baby,
Yeah.
can come out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
right, but that's why you need to do your pelvic floor exercise so it springs back in. If you don't do that, that's when you get the cathedral. So make sure you do them, girls.
Are you saying live on the Big Debate Show you are talking to the women out there that
Yeah, pelvic floor
if you
muscles
don't
all
do
the
your
way.
pelvic muscles
Yeah, because that strengthens your muscles down there and keeps you tight.
and if you're not tight, well, as Kenzie,
that's not even my problem.
I mean, we've
I feel for them.
we've had two callers. We've had Kenzie and we've had Lisa, a man and a female. Kenzie said size does matter, but technique.
But he also says the female as well because, you know, a bit
And-
of friction and that.
And the
And
female.
you ain't going to get a bit of friction if you've got a little one or a big one. You're going to feel enough, you know, that's just going to tip.
And then we had Lisa, and this is so refreshing. It is so refreshing. She says size doesn't matter.
Perhaps she's just saying that because she has to.
07.
Perhaps she's doing it for a little one, I don't know.
07818 361 551. We don't know.
Don't know.
We can only guess. But what I will say, what I will say is this: tonight's show it's opened my eyes up. It's opened my eyes up, and I tell you something. I'm not gonna just talk about certain topics. I'm gonna talk about topics that people really want to talk about, but they ain't got the guts to, and that's what we're on the show. The Big Debate Show is all about. Don't forget, even after the show, if there's something you want to text or Facebook or Twitter, don't hesitate. You know, the lines will always be open, and I will try and respond. Tonight's show, does size matter? Technique.
It is about technique.
Technique. You see that word technique?
But if they got the technique, you know what? Go with a virgin. I won't know no different.
I tell you something. Well, I tell you this. I tell you something, Nikki. Maybe I'm old school. Yeah? Maybe I'm old fashioned. But I will always say, from you have the feelings and you making that woman happy outside of the bedroom, really happy, and inside of the bedroom is not up to scratch. I'm sure most women who are happy outside the bedroom will not dump, will not finish, will not exterminate that man.
They will eventually.
They will.
Yeah, they will eventually.
They will.
Because everyone gets frustrated and whatnot, that if they're not feeling nothing.
If they're not feeling nothing, they're going to move on.
Move on.
I've heard this word, jog on.
Yeah,
jog on.
Jog on, yeah, do one.
Do one. My viewers, what are you saying to me tonight? We've had 2 callers, and I tell you something,
But that doesn't just apply to the little ones either. It can apply to the big ones as well.
So big ones are no good?
Definitely not. And even the little ones. Not average.
This is what I can't understand.
And the thing is, most men are average. So it's just a few unfortunate ones that are either small, big.
Let me say this. You got to speak up, Nikki. Let me say this. Yeah. When you're talking about average, and I tried earlier in the show to put my 2 hands. I started off big, and I tried to make it as average as I could, and I can't remember exactly where you put my hands, but average. What is average? What is the size of average? Yeah. Do you know that there are men? There's men. I try to encourage. I've tried to give men hope tonight. I've tried to let them feel like.
What with me about? That's not going to happen.
Well, this is what I try to do, Nikki. And every time I try to give the men with small tackles a medal, you're coming and you're ripping the medal off. Every time I try to say, listen, it's about feelings. It's about how you care for the person. You're coming and you're ripping the medal off.
No, because I'm also saying that there is women out there who appreciate a little one.
And
it's just finding them.
And that is a...
It's just finding that few women.
What do you mean that few women?
Those few women.
What do you mean few? I'm sure there's going to be more than a few, Nikki. Look at the time. Look at the time. We've got about 8 minutes left on the Big Debate Show.
I would say on the whole, women would prefer nothing too small, nothing too big.
Nothing too small, nothing too big. You can't always get perfect, Nikki. Yeah? We're all men are built different. Look at me. I'm a very slim, skinny guy. There's going to be guys that are big and muscle. There's going to be guys that are short. All this average.
Can I just say though, just because they're big doesn't mean they're big, and just because they're little don't mean they're little.
Because a man is big.
Don't judge a man by the size of his physique, because it don't always reflect in what he's got.
It sounds like, if I may say this on the show,
I've had one of each. That's it.
You've had one of each.
Yeah.
So the big men don't judge a man by his size.
No.
The little men
definitely not. No.
Do not judge a small man by his size. You know what? I'm glad I got you on the Big Debate Show. I am so happy because each and every week, if you're not getting me angry, you're helping me.
Also, foot size, that's a myth as well. They've got big feet. Don't mean jack.
It doesn't mean nothing.
That mean nothing.
So foot size doesn't mean nothing.
No.
It doesn't mean, and all this myth about black men.
No, it's definitely not.
That is lies.
That's a big lie.
Yeah. If you go black, you never go back. That is out the window. All these myths, we are brushing under the carpet tonight.
But one myth, but to be honest, size does matter.
Size
too big is too big, too small is don't even Don't even go there.
Too big is too big, and too small is too small. You know, it's 5 minutes. We're gonna wind up the show. So if there's anybody out there who is willing to send a text, who is willing to make a phone call, this is your last opportunity on the Big Debate Show. 07818 361 551. Do not hesitate. There's 5 minutes left. I know a lot of viewers out there might be saying they tried to text in. We are reading now all the texts tonight. And guess what?
We ain't got none.
We ain't got none because they're too nervous tonight, Nikki.
I don't know why they're nervous.
I honestly don't know, but you know what? I wouldn't be the judge if I couldn't talk about these kind of topics on tonight's show. Does size matter? And Nikki, you for once you've taught me a few things.
Good.
You've taught me a few things.
Like what?
No, you've taught me a few things because I'm not an expert. I'm not saying you are.
No, I'm not an expert.
But hold on, we've got a last caller, just in the nick of time. Hello, welcome to the Big Debate Show. What's your name?
It's Max.
Hello, Max. What would you like to say on tonight's topic as being the last caller? What would you like to say?
Let's go. I'd like to say I agree with Nikki.
Okay.
I like
What?
Max.
I do
Yes.
agree that size does matter, but it all depends on what the man knows what to do with it.
If you watch the show, I use my hands to try and describe what kind of size. Now, I'm not very good on maths, Max, but when we say size, it has to be what, a certain size? What?
Anything above 6 to 7 inches.
Anything above 6 to 7 inches. At last,
With a good girth.
we have somebody who is willing to tell me measurements. You must be very good at maths, but carry on, Max.
With a good girth,
Anything
yeah.
above 6 to 7 inches, as long as the man knows how to move it.
As long as a man knows how to move it. Now,
Yeah.
so tell me something while you're on the line, Max. If you were seeing a man who treated you good, who was kind, who took you out, who wined you and dined you, but his tackle was a little bit under 6 inches, are you saying he still can't satisfy you?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And
Good girl.
are you
Get
saying,
in there.
are you saying, Max, you would dump a man because his tackle wasn't up to size?
Yes, I would.
That's it.
Well, Max, I will say
I'm
this.
like, you know.
I will say this. I am really happy that you've had the guts to phone in tonight.
At last.
Okay, thanks.
And
it.
thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, Max. Thank you
you.
very, very
Bye.
much.
Bye. Yes.
That was our last call, and that's a good way to end the show.
It is.
It
I'm
is a-
well happy.
You're well happy. Well, you can be as happy as you want. Yeah?
Someone actually agrees with me. That makes a change.
Well, that's okay. You know, everyone has the right to their own opinion. Maxine says 6 to 7 inches.
With
I
a good
think
girth.
with
Can't be doing no pencil.
a good girth.
Yeah, it's too bony then.
Too bony. Well, you know what? At last, I've got measurements. And I'm going to say this to all my viewers, everyone who's tuned in on tonight's show. I am so happy that I've been a little educated by Nikki
And
tonight.
Max.
And Max.
Good
And
on
I'd
Max.
like to thank Kenzie and Lisa for phoning in. Nikki,
Yes.
thank you once again.
You're welcome.
And it's been a pleasure. I would like to take this opportunity to thank AJLR Media and Bloodfire Studio once again, because if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be a show. But most importantly, I'd like to thank everyone who took time out to tune in and to watch the show, especially the ones who phoned in. Next week's show is all about, do you think the cost of living is harder now than ever before? I'll say it again. Do you think the cost of living is harder now than ever before? That's next week Monday show, the same time, 9 p.m. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. And you know what I always like to say? We all have a voice. Take care and good night. This is the judge for the Big Debate Show.